In the bottom left, as the blue Zerg, it's Denver. And in the top right, as the red Protoss, it's gyulzzing. Denver, a powerful French Zerg. Let's see how he does in Zerg vs Protoss. World of Sleepers is the battleground of choice. This is our first round of 16 match. A lot of players still in the round of 32 if you're checking out my my compatriot casters here. So Denver with the hatch first. As our other matches happen, this is going to be best of 3. The entire tournament actually going to be best of 3 up to the finals, which are best of 5. Denver going for 4 lings. Could be to try and poke through the wall, get a scout the Protoss base. Stalker first here from gyulzzing. Robotics facility thrown down at a pretty early timing. I think I sense a disturbance in the force. I think gyulzzing might be up to something. We'll keep tabs on that. Wing's gonna poke away the probe. Denver continuing to drone. Stalker sentry. It's now in the works for gyulzzing. Okay, alright, so it's actually not going to be anything weird. It's just an immortal. It's a little bit suspicious there for a second, but totally normal play out of gyulzzing. Denver getting his 3rd up. Very passive game so far. Wings shift clicking around. If you're a lower level Zerg player, take note of what Denver's doing here, keeping on top of scouting. You know, you might notice that he doesn't have anything here, but for the most part, he has every angle of attack covered that the Protoss could possibly use from air or ground. The only real flaw here is that he doesn't have this lane patrolling like out here. He's more concerned with seeing if the Protoss drops a 3rd down here. But basically, total vision. Overlord will get picked off. Warp Prism loaded up. An Immortal, and 2 sentries. Stalker warp in. We have a Soul Train on our hands. Soul Train. I don't know what that little musical thing was though. Gonna commit hard. Spinecrawler in the defense for Denver. 12 lings coming out. And the Ravagers are popping. What you really need against this is that Ling Ravager. Does he have enough, though? Okay. He's gonna back up, let the Spine Crawler tank some of the damage. Queen's pulled the fight with us as well. Transfuse, there are the force fields. Plenty of corrosive bile to shut him down. A little bit of a delay on dropping that, but we'll break the wall. Okay, there's a lot on the field here for gyulzzing. 16 more Lings coming out to tank for these Ravagers. 7 more Roaches as well. But they are not here to fight just yet, and the Zealots are shredding the wall of Lings. The sentries are out of energy. One of them gets picked off. Spinecrawler helping to deal with these Zealots. Finally goes down. There's another warp in, but I think Denver has the defense. And the 45 drone hold has held. Zealots still doing a little bit of damage here. The Immortal's still alive, but for all sakes and purposes, this is shut down for gyulzzing. He's going to try and recall the Immortal. It's not going to happen. Chad Denver defends the Protoss push. Player in the natural for Denver. He is up 50 workers to the Protoss's 35. gyulzzing throws down shield batteries. He knows what's coming, even though he hasn't seen it on the map. Ling's way far out ahead of the Ravagers, if I had one criticism, but yeah, he's going to notice that. Pull back. Here they come. An Adept Shade will see this move out. And the Zerg is going in for the kill. The Gateway heavily damaged, Cybercore damaged as well. Swall is not going to hold for very long. The Biles finish off both buildings. Very calculated there from Denver, utilizing exactly the resources he needed to take out these buildings. Protoss defense is dwindling, but Denver doesn't want to risk it. He's going to back off. He has a 4th under production. Now, this is an interesting 4th. So this used to be a high-yield gas geyser in the previous season. It is no longer that, and the Zerg going into the late game really needs that gas. Sorry for your ears there. I was choking a little bit. Robo Bay dropped for Denver. Cybercore almost remade. Ling, Roach Ravager pushing out for Denver. And, I mean, the Protoss defense can definitely hold here for a little while, but this is very dicey in the long run. gyulzzing is going to do his best with the Warp Prism and the Immortals, but he's backed into a corner. Force fields are okay, but it's not enough. There's just so much corrosive bile. Denver totally maxed out with Banelings behind this. If the Roach Wall breaks, GG is called. Denver goes up 1-0 in the best of 3. In the top left, as the Blue Zerg, up 1-0, it's Denver. In the bottom right, as the Red Protoss, it's gyulzzing. hatch first from Denver. I doubt we'll see the same strategy twice here from gyulzzing. I mean, sure, pro players want to stick to their builds, especially in the middle of a series, but in a best of 3, when your Soul Train gets crushed that hard, you might want to mix it up a little bit. So we'll see what gyulzzing has up his sleeve. Stargate is going to be the first tech of choice this round, this time around for the Protoss. Adept coming out. Denver. Grabbing a third. Is it going to be Phoenix or Oracle first? There's the second Adept. It is going to be Phoenix first here. I've always felt, you know, plenty of pro players would disagree with me here, but I feel like the Phoenix first is the weaker of the two. But there you go. Boom goes the Overlord. Shield Battery Nexus at the third. And we're gonna have a passive mid game from these two players. Of course, the Oracles is gonna try to get some damage done with the Lifted Queen. Spore will put a timer on this. A little bit of hull damage. That parting shot from the Queen is like when a cat is like just kind of bats you, makes a little scratch. No, don't lift me. I don't like to be picked up. I like to inject like a good queen. Twilight Council Forge drop for the Protoss, so we're gonna see macro play here for sure. Denver with the Roach Horn finishing as well as the Lair could do a 3 base all in. Oracle going to get a cancel on the 4th, it looks like. Will it though? I don't think it has enough energy. Especially with that pause. Maybe, yeah, without that pause, it would have burned out. Wait, is it gonna, wait, is it, isn't it, is it, won't it, will it, won't it? Oh, that little pause there really messed that Oracle up, but 10 more Lings coming out, as well as Roach Speed. Five drones do go down to the 2 Adepts. However, this 4th will finish a little bit early, actually, for Denver. Should see him committing hard to macro here on that 4 base as he goes for this Ling run by. Denver moving in with the Ling run by. Decides against it. gyulzzing moving forward just a little bit. And Denver is moving toward max out, and he's going to do a little bit under 200 supply push. Roach Ravager. Lings are going to pounce on this fourth. Why would gyulzzing do that? He saw the Lings there. Okay, but Stasis Ward is dropped, and that is going to delay this push long enough for gyulzzing to try and hold here. Oh no, he's taking the engagement. 2 Immortals go down. That's the last force field out of the Protoss, and these Roaches are almost off stasis. Zealot count much diminished. And the Immortals basically on their own now. A couple Zealots and an Archon holding down the front. Sentry doesn't have any energy. Here come the Lings. And gyulzzing backed into a corner against a Zerg concave. Takes out one of his own Ravagers with the Bile, unfortunately. gyulzzing will hold, but at great cost. Oh, that wasn't the correct warp-in location. 3 High Templars going to go down for free. A Zealot gets surrounded. In on the probe line is Denver as the Roach Ravager makes its way to the 3rd. gyulzzing has no choice but to respond to this. This Immortal, nicely done there from gyulzzing, lifting the Immortal, able to save it with the Phoenix, but I mean, it's a drop in the bucket. Down goes the 3rd. Denver gonna kite back. GG's called as Denver takes the series 2-0.